Swadee Cup, and welcome to the Think Pink podcast. Another solo one today. This one, super important for everyone out there, and it's a bit of a continuation from the why episode. Guys, please hit the subscribe button for me. Please like, please comment, please share with your friends. Let's help get this information out there. I love doing this. I'd like to get it out there a little bit more, like some more people to see it. So if you can help me out there, help other people. This information can help a lot of people. And I just try and share the true me, my true feelings, and it's all for the love of Muay Thai, nothing more. Thank you. Enjoy the episode. So on the weekend, I was in Melbourne for Warriors Way, and there was a fighter who did a runner on fight day. And I can tell you 100%, if said fighter had a why, knew his why, he would have still been there come fight time. It was a complete dog act and was not handled very well by him at all. And no one's heard from him since, so I'm not sure what the happened there. Just got messages on Instagram to say, I'm not feeling well, I'm not fighting, and then ghosted. Didn't rock up to the airport in the morning to fly back to Adelaide either, so that was interesting. But people feel so badly that they want to be part of the sport. They want to be a fighter, but not knowing why they want to be a fighter. I understand wanting to be part of the sport, and there's so many important roles in this sport that don't involve actually being a fighter. And they're the things that actually keep the sport going more than the fighters do. You've got everything from officiating, pad holding, being a training partner, sparring partner. You've got the guy that helps run classes. You've got right through to being a trainer, being a gym owner, being a promoter, helping set up rings, helping promoters put chairs out. There's so many important roles in this, and without all of those positions, nothing gets done. But so many people get caught up on thinking they need to be a fighter. And, it's why I've got so much time for Benji, who trains with me, but he also has his own little thing going. Combat West, which is, he's running out of the jiu-jitsu gym he works at, and he's got his own little classes there, and he's building his own, students and stuff, but he's still a big part of our gym. He admits he never has any idea, never wanted to be a fighter, never really, thought about it. I think he did one inter-club or something, but he knows his why. He knows why he doesn't want to be a fighter, for one. You can't realise when you're in the ring that you don't want to be a fighter. All the signs are there well before then. And you'll only have those signs if you don't have a why. I didn't like fighting. I didn't enjoy fighting. But my why was I wanted to get good enough and learn enough to be a good trainer. In the early days, it was different. I wanted to be world champion. And then I had a period of time where I was out of fighting for 2 years, never thought I'd fight again, and then the idea of being a trainer sort of snuck up on me, and then came back, fought a bucket load more, but that was the whole why for those fights, was to learn how to be a cornerman, learn how to be a fighter so that I could be a trainer. Don't just do it. Don't do it for the social media. Don't do it so you have other people complimenting you on, oh man, you're sick, good on you, bro, that's killer, bro, yeah, we're there for you, bro. Like, no one gives a fuck. It's on you. You need to be the one doing it for you. You need to have your goals, the things you're chasing. If you're just existing, it doesn't work. If you're just doing it because there's nothing better to do, it doesn't work. You need to have something that you're after, and that is your why. The goal is your why. But dogging people, just existing, jumping in and not being the best you can be, all those things are just, you're taking advantage of people. You know, on the weekend, for instance, with this, you know, person doing a runner, man, there was flights paid for, there was accommodation paid for. He even took the $100 food money. Like, man, at the end of the day, the monetary thing is, you know, fuck all. It is what it is. But, you know, when they've forked out their hard-earned money to bring you there, and then you do that, but then there's an opponent who's left stranded. This poor guy left standing in the ring with no one opposite him. Like, you know, his trainer got in the ring, who was, you know, the promoter as well, got in the ring and, man, literally called out old mate for not rocking up. And then, you know, expressed how bad he felt for his fighter. Like, this poor kid had trained 6 weeks or whatever for this fight and it didn't go ahead. And not through anything other than the fact that someone decided to be selfish and they don't know why they're doing it. They're clearly doing it for ego purposes or whatever, which is never enough. It's never enough. You've got to know what you're doing, why you're doing it. And it's the only way you'll succeed, the only way it'll make your trainer's time worthwhile, the only way it makes promoters putting their money out there worthwhile. Man, it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking that people can be so selfish and not actually think about someone else losing out because of selfishness. It's actually disgusting. And, you know, I'm being as professional as I can and not talking, like, not saying said person's name, but everyone knows who it is now anyway. And he's done his dash. Like, if he ever thinks he's going to fight again, I think he's absolutely kidding himself. I can't see any gym wanting him. I can't see any promote. If a gym does take him on, I can't see a promotion actually wanting him. You know, like, I was probably lucky that, you know, he trained with us the last 4 weeks leading up to this fight, and I'm probably lucky that, you know, I put it in a group chat and no, everyone voted they didn't want him as part of the fight team, but I did tell them that he was going to be preparing for this fight, and that was more me helping out Hammer and Alexi in Melbourne for Warriors Way. I wanted to make sure they didn't lose out on their fight, which in the end I probably should have just said no, and then he would have had to pull out and it would have made things a lot easier. But, you know, I thought I was doing the right thing, and yeah, I'd been warned about him. I'd been warned about what sort of person he was, what he'd done in the past, similar sort of situations. I didn't realise he'd done that before. So it's also, you know, I guess that bit's on me that I didn't know enough about him and the fact that I let him into my gym and let him into our family and let everyone, you know, help him and hold pads for him and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't take him on. I didn't want my name on his thumbnail that had to get shared for the fighters. I didn't want to be associated with him because I knew what I was sort of getting myself in for with him. But at the end of the day, I'd played Mr. Nice Guy and it backfired, you know. It backfired for the promoters. You know, his original trainer would have been in the situation, and had he not, you know, lost him 4 weeks out from the fight. But yeah, everyone just know your whys. Speak to your trainer. If it doesn't just sneak up on you. You don't just figure out fight day that you don't want to fight. You know well in advance. And, you know, I've had actually one of my fighters do it to me before, and that fighter's actually admitted that they messed up, and they never fought for me again, but they matured and they went on from there to do some really good things in the sport. But this guy's himself, and I don't think he will ever exist in the Muay Thai scene again. And that sucks for him as well, because if he loved Muay Thai, he could have just been training this whole time and not worried about fighting and not worried about his ego and just got on with life. And trained and helped other people and played an important role in Muay Thai. But the ego got the better of him and he thought he had to be a fighter, and then someone else had to get messed over for it. So, sorry to the guys who missed out, sorry to Hammer, and the opponent, it just sucks. Like, I know I've got a clear conscience. I didn't take him on for a reason. I just let him train at our gym for the 4 weeks leading up to it. But, it still feels shit, the fact that it was someone who I was pushing. Man, I was pumping up his tyres. I pretty much lied to him the whole way through it about how good he was doing so that he wouldn't pull out, because I just had this inkling that it was not going to be good, So, definitely got to listen to those feelings in your gut. And if you're not a fighter, you're not a fighter, guys. Just admit it and be part of the sport. Help everyone else and feel the glory. Feel the glory for your friends. There's nothing wrong with that as well. So, thanks, guys, and we'll see you again next week. Hong Kong.